Only for the cold, mud soaking into their shoes, they bring cigarettes and flasks full of whiskey because they know the night will be long, meandering towards the conclusion of a beam of torchlight falling across a set of stiff fingers, or perhaps the concave back of a skull, grown over with hair like moss across a stone. You no longer hold them in baptism. You have become an unforgiving thing. On nights like these, I see the hills sideways, the valley, your gaping mouth, your breath on my bare legs. There's a pulse in the movement of grouse. I have counted the steps between here and the train tracks, the thrum of the river. Sometimes every light blows overhead that marks the journey home, and the fields watch with their dark horses, and for a moment you sound like God, like someone calling in the distance, the beat of their footsteps against the path, or a hand reaching upwards from the water, or a chasm opening up inside the earth. My brother went on a night out in Huddersfield with a couple of mates, and for no other reason than they were the biggest lads in the room, some guys decided to pick a fight and sucker punched my brother's mate Tristan. He passed out, and they all had to go on a trip to the hospital with like black eyes and broken noses and split lips and stuff. So this is a poem I wrote for my brother. This is called Anatomy Lesson for the Bare Knuckle Boxer. Press your cheek to my cup palm, and know comfort resides there. Your pulse snoring softly beneath the flesh, its rhythm unbroken, sleep undisturbed, even as the skin purples, swelling as if this tide has at last come in to break against the air. If I understand anything, it is that this body harbours prisoners, and you are its jailer. Anxiety coiled in the jaw, concern in the brow, bitterness in the spine, desperation creaking in the knees, panic in the chest, knotted about the lungs, pulling ever tighter with each breath. I have allowed some imposter to screw my calves tight at night so fear won't seep into my waking. Regret has leaked from my mouth to that sliver of skin between sock and trouser leg. Grief moves through vein and artery, not as a draft through the open doors of a house, but as an insomniac in those long, lonely hours of dark. These anatomies cannot be taught, though they will try. They will tell you lies. They will tell you courage is a fist. Anger is a fist. Passion is a fist. Love is a fist. They will hold man so tight the word shatters in their grips. They will call this strength. Let the blood drip, watch their reddened faces in the fragments, think it pride, unable to see themselves whole. Break and break and break. Crush the bones of others to dust underfoot. Know better. Know that love is a shoulder, a breast, lips, and yes, a fist, folded about another. There is gentleness in those fingers and thumbs, softness in their pads, kindness in their immense span. Come morning, the boxer is relieved of his gloves, trusted to the nurse's hands that will stitch every wound closed, tend each bruise. Pundits promise that pain is of the body, that it throbs in a black eye or a split lip or a broken nose. Declare a loser while the paramedics stand on call to say enough is enough. Pull them away as they carve a name for themselves in your skin. What I mean is, nobody wins, but you can grin. You didn't bring anything to a fist fight. so I have this pamphlet. It is 6 of your earthly pounds. If you have them, please, I'm broke. And I'm going to read some stuff from it before Ronnie and Dawn come up from Devon and shoot me. So, anybody that wants to know way too much about my sex life, great, you're gonna. Anyone that doesn't, oh well. It's like this. 2 of your lovers stand before you. The one on the left, you can look in the eye with relative ease. The one on the right has you bending backwards until your spine is almost folded in half just to meet his gaze. Your mother will prefer the one on the right, regardless of his indiscretions, which are far worse than those of the one on the left. The one on the left has recently complimented your eyes, the first in a long time to see the ring of hazel about the pupil that is swallowed by dilation. So he is winning. Your pupils are not currently dilated. It's like this. 2 of your lovers stand before you. The one on the left has the broad shoulders and a narrow waist that form the inverted triangle used to illustrate the ideal male form. You know every inch of it. Every purple stretch mark flying is a tattered flag from the mast of his spine, his arthritic knees, the twist of his nose where it broke and set wrong. The one on the right is a woman. The one on the right is a woman. She will never let you have her, but still you know every millimetre of flesh, every maroon stria skirting like bloodied fingers over the swell of her hips, her twitching muscles, the palpitations of her rhythmic heart. The one on the left you've known since childhood, pictured his soft blonde hair and wide cheekbones as the illustrations in your bedtime reading. The one on the right you've known all your adult life. She is dark and seen only as a creature emerging from shadows. In order to determine the winner, both of them tell you a secret. One of them tells only you. It's like this. 2 of your lovers stand before you, neither of them you see anymore. Both of them have mostly forgotten you ever existed except for the odd occasion when you post a really good selfie. While examining it on their phone, they will both lean back and congratulate themselves on having had sex with you. The winner is the first one to like said selfie. The one on the left hurt you only once, but deeply, like a headsman with an almost sharp axe. The one on the right hurt you in a sustained volley of gunfire over the course of several years. You snort as their names rise in your notifications. You wonder if they realise you have let them both go. It's like this. 2 of your lovers stand before you, one of their respective cocks you prefer. When they ask about it, you will tell both of them that you meant theirs. You'll be lying. The winner is you. It's like this. 2 of your lovers stand before you. Both of them spent a substantial part of their formative years on the island of Nassau, but they have never met before now. The one on the left moved away a long time ago. For the one on the right, that wound is still fresh. The mother of the one on the left will say, "Are you a lesbian?" with an honest indifference. The mother of the one on the right will say, "An English girl," with an indifference that must be practiced. Your mother will say, "Are you sure you want to be with someone like that?" in a tone that reveals she likes neither of them. The winner is everyone's mother. It's like this. 2 of your lovers stand before you. The one on the left is the first person you ever loved, though you only know this in retrospect. The one on the right you recently realised you are in love with. The winner is whoever's name is the first out of your mouth. Both of them are women with scrutinising gazes whose eyes glisten with mania through their curtains of dark hair. Both of them lower their deep, brassy voices. Somebody turns off the light. All of you are counting the seconds. It's like this. You are having a threesome with 2 of your lovers, both of them men, both of them avoiding looking the other in the eye. One above, one below. The 2 are locked in a tug of war over the spine of your being. The pressure builds. You cry out, "I don't bend like that," but they continue as if they have not heard. Your bones splinter at sacrum and coccyx. You snap in 2. The winner is the one holding the larger part. It's like this. Two of your lovers stand before you. Neither of them know that the other is your lover. All three of you sit down to play a drinking game. You are sweating. One sits on your left and the other on your right. The one on the left is drinking awful mass-produced lager made by a non-European country. The one on the right is drinking craft ale and is feeling pretty smug about it. Across from you is sitting your third lover drinking tequila neat. It is her turn. Never have I ever slept with them. All of them drink. Technically, you win. It's like this. Two of your lovers are putting their tongues down each other's throats in front of you. Part of you thinks, fuck, that's hot. Part of you also carries on drinking regardless. Part of you twists your torso over the side of the sofa and vomits. Part of you thinks, they make a cute couple. Part of you turns to your third lover with a raised eyebrow. Part of you is roaring, it should be me, only me. Part of you gazes out of the open front door. The winner is the part you feed. It's like this. Two of your lovers stand before you. Both of them are terrible in bed and therefore losing. Two more of your lovers are standing over to one side, conversing in murmurs you can't quite translate. The one on the left is wearing clown makeup. The one on the right is a clown. Both raise their eyebrows at you, open their arms and beckon. You expel the other two. Both cry a little and you attempt to comfort them but ultimately make everything worse. Clown fucker. The one on the left spits at you as he leaves. The one on the right says nothing but you can see betrayal in his eyes. You say, the best trait a person can have is taking instruction well. You're lying, it's humour. You go to bed with your remaining lovers. It's like this. Two of your lovers stand before you. They are similarly featured as if playing to some eugenics propaganda you cannot subscribe to. Both of them are strong enough to hold you aloft and trembling above their heads. Both leave finger-shaped bruises along the tops of your thighs that you are quietly pleased to find afterwards. Both of them are their father's sons, so alike in quirking eyebrows, their gazes filtered down the noses. The one on the left promises he will never hurt you, and does not yet know that he is lying. The one on the right says that he might, but then again he only might. Both of them your mother would like, for she does not know their indiscretions. The loser is the first to catch himself in the urge to strike you. It's like this. You are at an orgy of all your potential lovers. Across the apocalypse of bodies, you recognize his face, but don't know where you know it from. He radiates a soft light that has your feet flying across the flesh floor before you. It does not matter who you stand on. They are too absorbed in one another. You touch his face. He looks like what might happen if angels bleached their hair. A band of pearls forms a circlet about his head. I am dreaming, you say, eyes trailing over impossibly smooth skin in the knowledge that this face of his is only borrowed. Of course, but we have time. He replies, you rest your head against his naked chest, his fingers smooth over your hair. You begin to cry and both of you know all the reasons for it. Around you, each of them reaches orgasmic bliss. In this regard, everyone's a winner. But inside one another, none of them are closer than the two of you pressed together like this. Out of time. I'm sorry. He wraps his arms over you like a bed of feathers as they begin to eat him. Every muscle and sinew painting each other in the splatter of his organs. A woman turns to you. She has a string of pearls dangling limply between your teeth. As you ascend violently to consciousness, you recognize his face as that of a popular singer. You put on one of his songs. You bring yourself off. It's like this. Two of your parents stand before you. Freud is having a field day. The one on the left is your father, who is wearing his wedding ring because it is a Sunday and part of the proper dress for church. The one on the right is your mother, whose wedding ring is stuck on her finger and has been for years. At this stage in his life, most of the people your father works with are women. Your mother jokingly refers to them as your father's harem. At this stage in her life, your mother doesn't work away from home as much as she once used to. After for church, your mother packs for London, your father does the washing up, your mother kisses your father on the lips and says, "Goodbye, darling." The winner is everyone's place of employment. It's like this. You are standing in a coliseum watching all of your previous lovers fight to the death. Each member of the 10,000 people that makes up the audience is a potential lover in a potential universe. Not everyone has a sword. Not everyone has a net. Some of your lovers are pacifists. Some of your lovers are pushing their faces down into the dirt. Say the word. Say the word and I let them live. Turn your thumb. You are holding your hand at the level of your eye. The sky is blue as always. The ground is red as always. The crowd is growing restless as always. And beginning to undress, beginning to touch. Hand to naked breast, hand to genitalia. No one looks you in the eye. Consumed in the moment, in desire. Decide the winner. Choose. You raise your hand to your crown of laurels. Take it from your head, set it down. Cheers. Alright, cool. So now you all know way too much about my sex life. I have to stop saying current project because I just finished it. Well, the thing I've been working on a lot lately is that I've been, because as a queer religious person, my life is a mess. I've been working on a sequence wherein I rewrite the apostles as contemporary people. So this is James the Less. You look just like him. In the mirror you compare yourself, twisting and turning is in the jaw, the brow. Both of you brown as your mother, hair, eyes, skin. But in you, something lacks, something missing. Downstairs she's wailing into John's chest while you rinse your brother's blood into the sink, watch it drain into nothingness as the crowd pounds at the door. Tell us more, tell us more, rattling in their open locust mouths, hungering. Your baby photos, not enough. School reports, not enough. His mangled body, not enough. What's a statement worth? Trussed up in your darkest suit, reading from a paper under flashing bulbs. It is with great sadness we announce the death of a man who liked to sugar in his coffee, who gently caught spiders and took them outside, who took 6 siblings in at night, and asked for privacy at this time. No. Let howling silence say, you'll never fucking know